Hello world, you are watching Archie Television and I am your host, Lawrence Archie. Welcome, returning viewers, welcome new viewers. You are watching Archie Television where the future of gaming starts here. That is my motto, and with the help of you guys, I can make that motto a reality. Yes, I'm talking about you. We're gonna move back into this first tutorial series of four. Back to the kid, Tiny. Moving these vertices around, I'm going to continue the shape, the face of our witty, devilish character, Tiny. Little bad little boy. All boys are bad, in my opinion, at one point or another. We're going to begin to shape the back of the head because right now it looks like a giant pea in a sense. It has absolutely no shape. And we really need to do something about that. So I'm gonna grab these vertices in the back of the head, hitting O for proportional editing, and I'm gonna start to drag these vertices around so I can begin to shape and mold and bring forth the true shape of the human head. Control Z when you want to undo any actions. I didn't have a few vertices down here at the bottom of this head selected, so I have to go back in here and I have to undo that. To undo, you just hit Control Z and it'll undo any action that you just acted upon. I guess you can put those words like that. As you can see, I use Control Z a lot. It is a very useful tool. I want to go in here to subsurf and hit optimal view so that we're not looking at as many views, looking at as many vertices and lines and what have you. Hit O to turn off proportional editing so I can just manipulate those 4 or 5 selected vertices. I don't want to grab the whole back of the head. Right now it kind of looks like an model from the movie Alien, but give it a little time, it'll grow on you. We smooth and we move vertices around, select these faces, hit smooth a couple times. We want to get rid of this knot that's in the back of the head, so we grab these 2 vertices, we hit smooth, move things around. At this point, I want to go in and I want to extrude these vertices right here so that I may create the nose. Hit 3 to go in side view. Hit E to extrude. I hit period to zoom in on the selected area. I'm kind of not liking the way that looks, so let me hit Control Z to back out of that. I told you Control Z is your best friend. You know, get used to it. It's something you're gonna use a lot. So, I'm gonna go back in the side view and I'm gonna hit extrude one more time. And I'm gonna select this face right here and I'm gonna create the nostril instead of trying to bring the nostril out of the face. I'm gonna extrude these 4 vertices that these 4 faces that I extruded, and I'm gonna just extrude the nostril out of the bottom face. And I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna try and smooth out the tip of the nose because I don't want his nose to be that broad. It's alien looking, so we need to fix that. Not he got punched in the face or something, or born with a defective nose. And if you didn't catch on, I grabbed the tip of the nose and I simply extruded it so I can bring the tip of the nose to a point. And as you look at it, it's starting to take the shape of a little boy. Remove these vertices around, undo that. Again, Control Z. It is your best friend. Believe me, trust me. Add a little more voluptuousness. I think that's a word. If it's not, we're going to use the night. Bringing a little fatness to that look. Bring that dimple in the bottom lip down a little bit. Right now, we're just looking for the general form of the face. We're not necessarily going too much into detail. We're just trying to get a general form of what we're looking for. We're going to come back and we're going to touch up a lot of things. A lot of things. We're going to touch up a lot of things. So prepare yourself. We at this point we just want to know what we're looking at. We want to be able to acknowledge we have lips, we have a nose, we have eye sockets, we have form of the head. But at a later date, we're going to come back and we're going to make the final touches to this mesh. We just want to get an idea of what we're dealing with. I don't want to spend too much time in one particular area. You want to get the entire face, excuse me, you want to get the entire body mapped out before you try and lay down too much detail in any one area. And right now I'm trying to get the bridge of the nose or the bridge over the eye line to create that frown line. The shape that connects the eye sockets. I mean, it's just a whole lot of playing around with vertices and edge loops and face loops and till you get the general form that you want. So I want to come in here, Control E. I want to lay down this edge loop right here so that I can begin to get the smile line. This is something that I hope when it comes time to deform, when we add drivers and shape keys and whatnot, to really get that ridge and that depth and that smile. When he smiles, when he frowns, when we begin to give the face expression. A lot of these things will make sense, more sense when we go in here and we start to add drivers, shape keys, and whatnot. When we start posing smiles, frowns, winks, and whatnot. So come in here and select these faces. I'm gonna hit smooth. Give them a little button nose. I want to go in here and I want to smoothen out these faces. Excuse me, vertices. Pull these vertices back. Continue to work on that smile line. Get that definition in the cheeks so that the cheeks will stand out. And like I said, we're just looking for the general form, people. We're not trying to pay too much attention on detail right now. We just want to know what we're looking at. We want to start the canvas. We don't want to lay down the final coat of paint yet. We just want to know what we're dealing with. We basically want to just lay down an outline when we come back and we can actually create detail. Okay. At this point, I went in and I selected an edge loop and I hit Control. Excuse me. I hit Shift S. And I cursor to select it and I inserted a UV sphere. And by doing that, where my cursor was, it inserted my UV sphere exactly where my cursor was. Smack dab in the middle of the mesh. So I want to come in here and I want to select this edge loop and I want to sync it so that it submerge around that eye socket. And I just want to stand back here and I just want to look at the progress that we've made to this point. Just survey the mesh and see where in the future, in my next video, when we start down with the neck, bring it down into the torso, do we start to shape the general outline. We're not necessarily going to go too in depth with the neck and the shoulders until we have everything laid down. We have the arms and the fingers and hands, what have you, the legs and whatnot. After this, we're going to come back after we lay down the general outline and form of the entire body. We're going to come back and we're going to add teeth. We're going to add a tongue. We're going to add eyelids. We're going to come back in here. We're going to add textures. We're going to give it color. We're going to put clothes on our guy. We're going to give them bones. We're going to be able to make them move around and what have you. And if you guys enjoy what I've displayed, follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook. By doing this, you will stay up to date on everything that I am doing. I will keep you current on what games I will be playing on my Twitch stream, upcoming games that I'll be playing on my Twitch stream. I'll be twitching live to you guys. I will be streaming live to you guys. Excuse me. I'm not just a 3D modeler. I'm a game designer. If you follow me on Facebook and Twitter, you will be kept on game on all the game projects that I'll be working on. So through this current phase, you guys are the utmost important thing in bringing me my success. So like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter. As always, guys, if you're gonna dream, dream big. Good night, world.